Hello and welcome to SecureSign. Here I'm going to show you how to view and track the documented transactions you have with your clients. What I'll be covering is tracking the progress of the deal from within SecureSign, the emails that will be sent out, and the documents that are received. Now whenever you log in, you'll first be taken to the document transaction page. You can also get there by clicking on Documents, then Document Transactions. So what you're going to see on this page is all the document transactions that you've accumulated since joining SecureSign. So what you're going to see on the left-hand side is you're going to see the sender, which is going to be your name and your contact information. Then it's going to be all the recipients, followed by the transaction ID. This transaction ID is actually going to be the record of the entire transaction and all its steps. But we'll come back to that later. Next is the document title, the date that it was sent and modified. Then there's the status of the transaction itself. So from the first step when it's sent, all the way to completed, or if it was just signed, or if there was an error during the process. You'll see the status right here. Now if you have multiple pages, you can just skip to them down here. You can also manage your deals by just clicking on the right-hand side to select them. And you can either archive or you can even delete them. Now, archiving any of the deals means that they'll go into the archived transactions section. Just click on that right here. Here you'll see all the deals that have been archived. Let's go back to the transactions page. And here I'm going to focus on a document transaction that was just sent out. And I'm going to show you the process from both the client's and the agent's perspective. So now after a document is sent out, the client will receive it in their email account. Now we're going to go to the client's email account. And here the client's going to see that the agent has sent them a document to complete. And when they click on that email, then they'll see the email content with the agent's information, followed by which document has been sent, and then the link to the document itself. Now after the client clicks the link, they'll be taken to the theme page. This is where they can get started on whatever document was sent to them. Here you'll see that it's an application that was sent. So after the client has filled out all the fields, they can scroll all the way down to the bottom and then click the Submit button. They'll then receive this message here, thanking them for submitting the application or whichever document was sent to them. Now if you go over to the agent's email address, you'll see that an email was sent in regards to that document itself. If you click on that email, you're going to see that this is going to show you that document has been sent. Now if you click the View Transaction History link, this will take you to SecureSign where you can see more details on the history. Now if you go back into your SecureSign account, you're going to see in the transaction page that the deal that we just did, you'll see that it's changed to signed instead of just sent. This will give you a more real-time indication on how far the deal is progressing. If we go back to the client side, shortly after they've signed and submitted the document, they're going to get an email on their email account. So they're going to see this confirmation email. This email is meant to validate the email address that was filled out in the document. And once they click this, they're going to get a confirmation notice. So now whether it's the only applicant or the last one to fill it out, this will be the trigger for the final process. Now back in the client's email account, you'll see that the submission confirmation email has arrived. Now if you click on this, you'll see that it lets the client know that they've submitted an application, but it also attaches a PDF to it. So if you click on that PDF, you'll see the agent's information as well as the name of the document that was filled out. Now below that is going to be all the information that was filled out in that document. So in this case, it's going to be the mortgage application. So now at the very bottom, you're going to see the terms of service that the client agreed to, as well as their name, email address, and whether they agreed to cancel and that. And at the very bottom, you're going to see the signature. Now this is important because this will show the client that they've not only filled out the application, but also signed it. And it's not just merely another form that they filled out online like they have previously. Now if we go back to the agent's SecureSign account, you'll see that the status has changed for the document transaction that you just did. So in this case, it shows as an error. So unlike the status below where it shows completed, where there was no issues, for this one, an error means that there was some kind of issue, usually with one of your synced systems. Now to show more detail on what actually happened with each deal, you can actually just click on the transaction ID, which is right next to the recipient's name. Now you just click on this, And here you're going to see the entire transaction history of that document. So from the time it was created to being sent to when it was viewed and signed, as well as when the PDF was generated and sent to the client. Now above that, you're going to see all the sync systems that you have. So if you don't have any, you won't see those above. Now in this case, you have 2 that were successful, but the sync to Salesforce had failed. Now this would be the reason for that error status. And this would let you know that you need to check the credentials for any of the sync systems that had failed. Now below this, you're able to download the PDF for this document. Now this is the same PDF that the agent and the client both receive in their email accounts. But this allows you to download it at any time. Now if you go back to the document transaction page, you'll be able to do the same process for any of the other documents that were sent out. Now that's how you're able to view and track all the document transactions that go through your SecureSign account. I thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy SecureSign.